Let's begin what's trending by focusing on reactions to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's review of the list of beneficiaries under the federal government's prerogative of mercy. The president on Wednesday ordered the removal of persons convicted for kidnapping, drug trafficking, human trafficking, fraud, and unlawful possession of firearms from the list, sparking renewed controversy. Presidential spokesman Bayo Ononuga stated that the president took the decision following consultations with the Council of State and Public Opinion on the matter, further stating that the action became necessary in view of the seriousness and security implications of some of the offenses, the need to be sensitive to the feelings of the victims of the crimes and society in general, the need to boost the morale of law enforcement agencies and adherence to bilateral obligations. Well, Miriam Sanda, who was sentenced to death for killing her husband, Biliaminu Bello, during a domestic altercation in 2017, was among those whose pardon was revoked. Miriam had already spent 6 years and 8 months at Suleja Medium Security Custodial Center awaiting execution before her name was controversially included in the list of 175 persons granted pardon on October 9th, sparking widespread outrage. Her sentence has now been commuted to 12 years in prison. The final presidential pardon list now contains 15 names. Ayo, this revision, many have said it demonstrates the government's responsiveness to, public sentiment, acknowledging that while presidential pardons are constitutional prerogatives, they must balance mercy with justice, victim consideration, and societal security concerns. The decision to exclude serious crimes like kidnapping and trafficking shows recognition that certain offenses carry implications beyond rehabilitation. And I will take some reactions before I come to you. Ahmad wrote on X, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has once again showed that the renewed hope agenda is anchored on integrity, fairness, and the rule of law. By removing Miriam Sanda and others convicted of serious crimes from the presidential pardon list, the president has made it clear that justice cannot be compromised and that mercy must never override morality. This decisive action restores public confidence in governance and sends a strong message. No one, regardless of status or connection, will escape the consequences of their action under this administration. President Tinubu continues to prove that, Nigeria is being rebuilt on truth, justice, and accountability. While former Vice President Atiku Abubakar criticized Tinubu's reversal of the presidential pardon list, describing it as an act of shame, not wisdom. While in the statement on Wednesday by his aide, Frank Shaibu, Atiku accused the administration of lacking foresight and moral consistency. And I'll read Frank Shaibu's statement in part. He wrote, once again, Nigerians have witnessed a government that doesn't lead, it reacts. President Bola Tinubu has cancelled his own pardon for drug traffickers, kidnappers, and other hardened criminals, but only after Nigerians shouted loud enough to wake him from his moral slumber. Let's be clear. This U-turn is not an act of wisdom. It's an act of shame. If the public had kept quiet, would convicted drug lords and kidnappers be walking free today under the president's blessing? Who thought it was a brilliant idea to reward crime and betray justice? Who signed off on such national embarrassment? These are the questions every Nigerian deserves answers to. Who compiled the list of beneficiaries? What criteria justified freeing kidnappers and drug offenders? Where was the Attorney General when the absurdity was cooked up? And why does this government only discover its conscience after Nigerians express outrage? This pattern has become too familiar. Announce the unthinkable, watch the country erupt, then hurriedly reverse course as if governance is a game of trial and error. And, Frank Shaibu, is quite vocal, and, those questions that he asks is in the mouth of every Nigerian at this moment.